My name is Jerome Altman. I am the director of the Exodus Drum and Bugle Corps. One of the greatest things that I found was that music is always an encouragement and uplifting, and it gives the kids a chance to do great things in the community.
GEO Energy, and a great opportunity for some investments, and where people can come out and even lower some of the electricities, light bills, or whatever the case may be. And I got a gentleman over here, he's gonna introduce himself and tell how we can get this opportunity to lower our electricity. So would you introduce yourself and tell how you're gonna
Well, thank you.
get the power of this ownership?
Yes, my name is Joe Hackon, and I'm here to bring, I was just trying to think of how I would start this information off. Things are changing in our world, as we can see every day, right? You see the storms and stuff. And so all of these automobiles, people who make Chevy, VW, Lamborghini, they've all got together. And I know he had a picture up here a few minutes ago with President Biden. And the President Biden is our #1 marketer for what's going on right now. Okay, he gathered all of these car makers together, and they each one spent over $500 million to change the way that we transportate back and forth. Okay, everything is going electric vehicles, and sooner or later, because in 2030 there will be no more gas cars, and it's going to phase out. Now it won't phase out that year, but eventually it's going to phase out. And so what he's done is gotten together and said with these companies about how we can change over and how we can benefit the global world. And one of the things that they did is that he has no marketing on to put these EV chargers in the neighborhood. Okay, and so for the last 3 weeks I've been trying to figure out how can I come out here and share this information with you all. Okay, this information with you all, because a lot of times people that come to here or people that's out in the world, we don't have the money to get an EV, right? But we do have opportunity. There's opportunity, even though you don't have money. The company is willing. It's called EuroGeo. Okay, the company has designed a program that if you have money, yeah, you can put some money up. It's $99 a month, and they're going to give 5% of the global company in this, and we'll be sharing it within that money. Now,
So I got a question there, because you say $99 down, and you will have 5% of the company?
you get a share of 5% of the company. Now, I'm not the best spokesperson for the thing. I'm just passing on the message because I know we need the message. But I know a lot of us don't have $99 a month to do anything like that. So the company said, well, you can register, be one of the 10,000 people that's registered. And that's why, and I know when I come here, I have to bring flyers.
That's right.
Because most of the people don't take this stuff down, but the people on the visual will be able to get this information. I brought a flyer out, and all you have to do is go to the YouTube. We all can get YouTube, right?
That's right.
Go to YouTube, get the information, You don't have to pay. You can be part of this company. They made it available for us to be part of the company, but now you have to do work. Okay? You need to be talking, opening your mouth to talk to people about having the opportunity to have a UV in their system. There's, because the gas station is going to eventually go away, right?
And you know, they're also getting rid of the gas stoves in certain communities, and I think it's in Evanston that they're telling everybody they gotta go electric. And so the gas stoves are even gonna be obsolete in a few years. So get ready, because we're going electric. And even everything is gonna be electric by 2030. We're gonna be in a different world. We're still taping, so if we could hold our voices down. So
we had to redo this because the computer rebooted on its own. So we're going to have to redo your session.
Take that.
You all just wait a minute.
Hi, we're live here at Exodus Institute, 816 North Larry. Today, it happened to be February 22nd. They call it President's Day or whatever it is. One of those presidents was born on this day. I think it was George Washington. They called him the founding father of this country. But today we're going to sit back and we're going to talk about the black history of this month, and then talk about some of the issues that's going on in our neighborhoods, in our community. And I happen to have some stuff here with some ancient healing secrets. And this is actually done by different countries of all over the world, from Africa, India, and South America, but there are natural herbs and different things that we need to heal our bodies with. And I'm going to discuss some of that later on in this program, because it's very important for us to learn how to heal and do things for ourselves. We can't depend upon the medical system that's out here, because they're trying to give everybody these flu shots and all these other vaccines and all of those things. But God said we have all this healing if we eat right and use the herbs that He gave us to sit back here and to heal ourselves from whatever these complications are. But right now, I want to get over here to my guests, because they got some fired up stuff they want to get out here into the neighborhood community. Because it's just bad how some of the things that they're doing in the school system with our children. And I just happen to have some very active women up in the community with us. They are fighting for homeless women and shelters and different things, and they're doing a whole lot in our community, and I'm proud of them. And Minister Johnson, and then we have Mary Joyce over here. And we're going to start with Minister Johnson.
Hello, my name is Minister Jones. I like the new names you gave me.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, Reverend Johnson was supposed to have been on the show.
That's all right. But yes, we're here to expose the sinister activity that's going on within the past decade. The transgendering of our children have increased by 300%. I heard in Germany it has increased by 4,000%. And then I said, let me do a breakdown. I said, let me see what is the religious background in Germany. Less than 2% is Orthodox Christians. So in other words, they really don't have protection. In America, they say we're 70% Christians. So I can see why we've been holding this back. Presently, they are ordering sex toys from the hospital to teach the children in the schools how to use sex toys. And they're telling the children you can use fruits and vegetables in place of that if you don't have that. This is where we're going now. We're going where, me as a teacher, they took cursive out of the schools, phonics out of the schools, fired 14,000 black teachers out of the school system. And prayer. In the state of Illinois, we only have 3% black teachers, when the population is approximately 50% black children. It's not that black teachers do not want to be teachers. We do. We're out there putting in lawsuits fighting for our jobs. But in order to put this perversion in the school, you have to first remove the heartbeat of the school system. So I'm just here to expose what's going on. They're teaching children now, you can have sex with your pets. Right now, what they're doing, they're teaching the children now, we're giving you these condoms. You do not have to tell your parents. Do not tell them. We're going to give you these sex changes. Don't tell your parents. Me, as a teacher with a master's certified in education, I couldn't give a child an aspirin. But you can give them gender-blocking drugs. You can take them to have an abortion at 10 years old without the parents. You're saying now a 5-year-old can decide what sex they want to be. The school system, the teacher has to call them by the pronoun in that name or they can lose their job. So right now, we have a major problem on our hands. Either you're going to fight or flight. You, like the Bible say, be hot or cold. You lukewarm, he's going to vomit you out. Either you're going to be for him and what he's standing for, or you against him. You're going to have to take sides or pay the price.
You know, that's all part of the elite population control. And so if they can't produce babies, because you're sitting back, you're training the youth at this early age. If you can't produce children, that's part of population control. And that's one of the ways that they're doing it. And the elite are very strong, forcing and putting this out. Whenever, what she said, when they're taking prayer and all these things from the school, and they're not just targeting black children, they're coming after all children with this.
Global.
Yes, it is. And she's going to come back with some more information, how you can get out here, get involved, understand what's being done out here. And we have to pray upon these things and unite some kind of way. And we're going to give you some information to call and come by here at Exodus and to take care of that. Mary Joyce, are you ready to speak?
Yes. Okay, my cause is what they're doing to our people with this immigration system. I'm finding women in police stations because they can't get into a shelter. So the only place they have to do, right, American citizens. And so they have to sit in a police station or a hospital waiting for 311, which do not call them back. So I have a problem with how you're going to push the citizens of the United States aside, and you're going to house them, pay what, $200 a day in the Hilton to house them, why you couldn't take our people and put them up in hotels, or right, instead of illegal people. I mean, this is like a state of emergency, whether you believe it or not. We started to see tent cities like pop up in every neighborhood. And now they're taking the people, they're even in North Lawndale now. What they do, they bring the people in the middle of the night when everybody is asleep, when everybody is still, and they house these people. I have a problem because now these people finna get SSI, linked in Section 8. I'm not sure about this last thing, but like $20,000. I know people have been waiting to get SSI, Social Security, for like 5-6 years, but they could come over here, haven't put a dime in this country, haven't put any work in, and you gotta sit here and just push everybody else aside for them. So I'm trying to get the information out, and if anybody is interested, they could come. Oh, I gotta tell you this now, y'all. So I want to apply the 15th District Police State. You know, we hear so much negativity about the police. So the police in the 15th District, they have been letting them stay there. You know, at some point, you know, they was putting money together to feed them. So now I, you know, go around asking people for money or whatever, and they could take them a sandwich to, you know, feed the ladies. So now it's only 2 ladies left because the other one, I guess they just got tired of being in that little bitty corner, and maybe they're in the park, but they left. So I kind of tested 311. So I had a lady call 311 she is homeless, but they asked her, do she have a vehicle? So she said, yeah. So this happened Friday, so they called her back last night. But they asked her, do she have a vehicle? And if she willing to travel 60 miles out the city of Chicago. So this is my thing. Why do she have to travel outside the city? Why can't she stay here in the city? Because you're letting them stay and they're still coming. So I was like, do she have gas money for you? Or is the city gonna give you a gas card to get there? So in essence, the lady had to turn it down because she didn't have the money, and her car isn't in that great of shape to be traveling 60 miles. So anybody that's interested and want to join this cause, every Thursday at 10:30 a.m. at 5834 West Augusta Boulevard, it's called Every Block of Village Christian Fellowship. Again, 5834 West Augusta Boulevard, Chicago, Illinois, 60624. And also, we're looking for donations, monetary donations, just anything that people, you know, is willing to give to help with this this craziness out here. So we are planning in the near future to possibly get 4 buses of people with homeless people and anybody that want to come to go camp out on this Texas State Capitol stairs. So if anybody is willing, I'll get back with more information in the future.
Can you tell the pastor of that church you just mentioned, or
Oh,
is there a pastor?
Evangelist Jacqueline Reed.
What is wrong with Emmett School?
Emmett School is finna be turned into innovation center.
What is that?
Okay, it's kind of like Washburn. Remember Washburn School?
Trade schools.
Right. I mean, we need something in our neighborhood. They took everything out.
I understand it, but like I said, we got homeless people.
But
All these
right
vacant
now,
schools
but it's
on the
not.
west side, vacant buildings.
But see, the thing, we've been in there, it is not safe. They got to tear that whole building down. It's not stable. So it's not, believe me, if it was, they could go
I'm
stay.
talking about school buildings, nothing.
Yeah, Emmett, we've been in there. We've been
It's
in there.
stripped down and stripped.
Right, see.
They took stuff out.
Right, and
Okay,
pay
no, they
bills,
can't
no
go there.
electricity.
But there's other schools on the west side.
Well, you know
boarded
who
up.
y'all need to talk to? Exactly, because that's what she's doing, opening up school for them people. Everybody need to write letters to their state official, local, and government.
But they notice all this.
They don't care as long
Yeah,
as
right
we
there.
not saying, they don't care.
They taking photo pictures and all this and
I know they doing
shaking
it for the
hands
immigrants.
and want to be a celebrity, but they not saying nothing.
Yeah, because some people don't care.
Yeah, why you
See,
go
you gotta look at.
Why you go to Washington promote us and you not doing nothing?
Well,
Oh, she's doing something.
you
I'm
talking about?
saying, ain't talking
She's
about
doing
that.
Oh, I'm
something because
seeing
she's
I'm not talking about her.
Oh,
Not talking about her.
see, you gotta
Talking
look
about the
at it.
congressmen, all them, they taking pictures and stuff.
They
I don't
don't
think that they
care.
do it.
They don't care. If we don't say nothing,
They
they
just
don't
put them
care.
in there though.
You know what I believe? I believe we need to come with some strategy.
Right.
Number one, we need to, I believe we need to have a T-shirt
Understand.
saying boycott.
Right.
Boycott.
Walk out who?
Get a list of people who are against our community, who is not investing in our community.
Right,
and
no best
boycott.
interest. I understand that.
Yeah, so
But
that's what we need to do.
I-
Come up with a list first, I believe.
I was
Yeah,
on
well,
the
you
radio.
know the list. They been there for years.
Dollar General, Dollar Store, Dollar
Everywhere. But I
Talking about
asked,
them. They taking money out of the community. We
Right,
talking about
We'll
these
do a
other
list
guys.
before we leave out here
Dollar
today.
These guys been in office for career politicians for years.
We need to stop
We need
voting
to
them
speak
in.
one at a time when it's being done. We gotta keep some order here.
But,
So please
no,
raise your hand
see
if you
the
want to
thing,
speak.
if we don't have a voice, if nobody's saying nothing, what they can.
Okay, we have a Reverend back here.
Yes.
Yes, Mary. Now, Emmett School, and they're trying to convert it to a vocational trade,
They're tearing that building down, it has to come down.
and they're gonna make it a vocational trade?
Right.
That's what's coming?
Yes.
Okay. Now, could you explain to the people in detail what that means? Because,
Not really.
excuse me, because I know it's a good thing, so explain to them in detail, because all our kids not going to college.
Right,
Okay,
exactly.
she said she can't explain that,
But
can
I
you
could
take
get
that?
somebody in
Can
here.
you take that mic and give Reverend Harris back that mic? Can you explain the
Well,
technical things that we need in our neighborhoods and in our community and what they are doing over within that school?
Well, I don't know what they're doing in the first time I've heard, but the general concept of vocational trade, meaning that it's non-traditional education. We know in our communities that most of our kids is not going to college. Vocational trade curriculums can encompass secretarial, skill-type careers, even doctors and dentists, manufacturing, opening up your own business, plumbing, electrical, carpentry, etc., etc., etc. So I think what we need to do is get on board with whoever is handling that process so we can have a say-so in what goes into the curriculum so it'll be user-friendly for our residents, for our young people. Vocational trades are good. They took Washburn out, and you probably know more about Washburn than I do because I'm from the South. And that's what we're trying to re-enter into our community. We're trying to resuscitate a lot of these programs because a lot of our kids, social media, what Tracy is doing right now, vocational trade, teaching them, teach that, automotive, just anything you can name in the employment arena, okay? So that's about the best I can do in terms of traditional.
Yeah, because one
Thank
thing,
you,
they
Ray.
took all of that out of our school. They took home ec out of school, automotive, and I mean, we gotta do something for our future. And so I could get somebody to come and speak on that more better than I can, because I don't want to sit here and give false information.
But it have to be somebody that's inside the process. That has something to do with tearing down and building up.
Right.
That might be, who's the alderman for that location?
Tyler Farrell.
Really? Really?
Agree.
Okay, well do
That's
this.
the
Do this,
29th
do this,
ward.
do this. Give me an address and I'll find out.
That's the 29th
Give me
ward.
an address of any school and I'll find out.
It's the 29th ward, and that's Tyler Farrell.
South Night.
I don't know if you come down there. I know you come up the Central. So. Give me the
That is
address
on
of
Central.
any school.
That is Central and Madison.
It's just Central Madison. That's all you got to say is in the school. Everybody knows.
That's
The
not
alderman, all
You
them.
got what? That's wrong information. That's not
You
it.
still old.
Central and Madison is entry.
Central Madison. in the
That would be
school.
Telefair, because we
That's
had him
Tyler-
and
Answer this question. Central and Madison, what's the name of the school?
Emmett.
Okay, so that's the one y'all talking about.
Yes.
Okay, that's Telefair.
Okay, Brown, you had, did you want to
Okay.
elaborate?
Well, that's why.
After her, Brown.
I'd just like to elaborate on what she's saying. We're going to have to defend our children. I'm a minister too. Isaiah 58 says, cry loud, spare not, defend the fatherless. 70% of the children, the black children in the public school system are fatherless. We're going to have to guarantee that we get the Comprehensive Sex Act out in the curriculum back in the public school system also.
Thank you, dear. We got Brother Brown, you wanted to say something?
Yes, I'm looking at the economic impact of everything and why it's like it is now. I think we need to focus on the industrial complex that they're doing with the kids. It's a pipeline from the education that they got set up in our public school system. It's a pipeline that sends the kid into not being a real productive member of society. You know, we need to understand that the cover has been pulled off of the industrial complex. They done made enough money and sent all the kids to school, college, and everything off. Number of blacks clean across the United States. We are the majority of the people that's in the jails. So that's due to the fact that the kids have not been taught the strategic value of politics. They're against preachers, they're against politics, and all this is not being taught in the schools because the entertainment industry has put people out there like Young Thug and all these other different entertainers. They're saying it's all right for two little girls to be in the bed. It's perfectly normal. It's perfectly normal for two little boys to be in the bed. And consequently, that takes away from our manhood as being black men.
See, okay, we want to hold our comments to a minimum and questions or whatever it is. So shorten it up.
We need to have town hall meetings on the record.
It's happening.
Well, that's basically what we have here on the Wednesdays.
Okay.
Here at Exodus at 12 o'clock
We
noon.
need more. I need is
Just a moment.
Sorry.
My bad.
We are doing it here at Exodus at 12 o'clock. We're opening up the opportunity for people to come in the neighborhood and the community for that purpose. Now, it's up to others to sit back here and go forward. We have a nice vehicle here that we're doing here at Exodus because we are called, this program happens to be called Exodus Out of the Hood. You know, and we have the youth and the children here, and we happen to have a senior program. And it's a spiritual, it's not a religious, but it's a spiritual program that we happen to be having here. And we do encourage the neighborhood and the community to come out. It just happened to be at a time that a lot of the churches have Bible class or different groups have their prayer meetings on Wednesdays. So it's up to other organizations to come in or send a representative here so that they can join us over here so that they can take back the information to whatever church or organization that they happen to have. And you may go and speak.
Okay.
And
So
put the mic
one
to the
plan
mouth so that they
that, I
can hear
don't
you
know
on
if I
there.
said it. Oh, but one plan that we was thinking about doing is to get some buses, go to the border and cross the border and come back. The other plan is getting some buses and homeless people, and we all go camp out on the Texas State Capitol building steps. Because we need our voices heard. This is not going to get any better. They're just pushing us aside like we're nothing, and now they brought them in. I mean, they do have resources for us too, but how you gonna create resource for somebody that wasn't even born here? This is my thing. I'm not racist or anything, but I'm like this charity begins at home and spreads abroad. Why couldn't you take our homeless was living in Tent City and open up schools for them and put them up in hotel room, and the Corps engineers, they could have came here and they could build a city in a few little days. So I'm calling this is seriously a state of emergency, and I'm calling on the Corps of Engineers. I'm gonna have literature to pass out. I'm just starting this journey, and I pray and hope that other people could join my call. Like I said, every Thursday, 10:30 at 5834 West Augusta Boulevard, every block of Village.
You know, to add on to that, Jerome, can you pass that mic around? Can you pass it around to whoever's going to speak next? And what they did on channel, I think it was on NBC and ABC, they spoke about this homelessness and how the Chicago public school system, they gave these different families, like she said, hotels for a week. Women with with 3 to 5 youth. They only gave them 1 week to stay in a hotel. They're putting washing machines and dryers off up in public schools because these children, pass the mic around, they're going around, the children are coming to school dirty and hungry, they're being teased, and all kind of things are happening to them. And they're giving, I forget how much they're gonna give them, but it's really a shame how we're being treated and manipulated through this system. And what it is, it's the group, it's a very elite group that's causing all of these problems that we're having in our neighborhoods and our communities. And we will have to sit back and do a whole lot of prayer and coming together to sit back here and fight against these things. You do have to rise up to overcome those things. And I have a gentleman who's going to speak now. He has the mic. And Mr. Altman, can you pass that mic around when people are finished speaking? So who's next?
Yes. Right now I'm suffering through homelessness, and I was just trying to say to have me open, like, you know, help for the homeless. Otherwise, temporary job, like, just trying to find my structure in life, and just trying to stay out of any programs like trade schools or, anything that matter.
Well, you came to the right place because you're sitting. I'm looking at a picture here, and there's 3 of you guys. One is leaning on the chair to the right, and the other one is leaning on the chair to the left, right in front of you, sir. You have 2 gentlemen right in front of you that's sitting here, that you came to the right place today. Because that happened to be Reverend Harris, and that's Mr. Altman. And both of those gentlemen, you're going to talk to those gentlemen about this, and they're going to help you out here today with whatever the situation is. And we happen to have somebody here that also, Mary also helped. I think she only do homeless women.
No, I do anybody.
Could put that mic up and say that so he can hear you?
I do everybody.
So you have 3 people that you can talk to today, that you're going to get some assistance because you came to the right place today. This is Exodus. This is the movement of God's children. And so you are already blessed because you're in the right place, sir.
Okay. No, thank you for that.
Sure. There anybody else out in the audience that want to make a comment or have a question while I have this esteemed panel here with us?
Quick
question up here.
Okay.
But quick question, have y'all researched if they were using any of the TIP funds out of the areas and using that and relocated in the downtown areas?
I'm quite sure they're using every kind of fund.
Okay.
Just think about it. If you spend,
Hold it.
Revert TIP to Alderman.
Revert that to the alderman.
Yes.
Sometimes they use the funds that they take out of the black communities and put them downtown and build high rises and schools and other things, and they're not using it for the people that's in there.
I guarantee you they are, but
They are tracking, they don't do that. It's certain neighborhoods, certain people that get the TIF funds, more so than other people. They cannot move it, they cannot move the money from your neighborhood to the white neighborhood. They can't do that because it's all tracked by the U.S. government. So, yes, you have TIF money. Every alderman has access to TIF money. You need to talk to an alderman and say, where's my TIF money for my neighborhood?
Yes. For the sake of information, we are on the borderline of TIF. Chicago Avenue is the area that's designated for TIF. Because we're on Laramie, we cannot get the TIF. Just to let you know.
oh yeah.
Okay?
Because their name is this, the Soul City Corridor.
No. We're not on the Chicago Avenue. If
Right,
you're
I
on
understand
Chicago
what you're
Avenue,
saying.
that's why your question was, can they use it somewhere else? They can't.
Oh, okay.
So Chicago Avenue is the TIF. We're not on Chicago Avenue, we're on Laramie.
Right.
So we don't qualify.
Thank you, Mr. Altman, for that information. You see, there's so much information that's coming out, and none of this was rehearsed, none of this was planned. They just happen to have some things on their heart. And they came out today and I said, come on up and speak and say what you have to say. And you can do the same thing. Where you're at home is not doing you any good because you can't really be heard there. Unless you want to call in. We do have a Zoom number that you can call in and be heard on. I have no clue what it is.
It's a link.
Can you give her that mic, Mr. Altman, so that they can tell that Zoom number where they can call in on? Please take the mic and just say it.
There is no Zoom number.
Not today, but we have a Zoom number. Can you give them that number?
It's a Zoom link.
A Zoom link.
It's a Zoom link. It is Exodus Trips. I don't know the link by heart, but I will see that Jerome gets it and sends it out.
Okay, so if you can't, like the weather's bad today and everything, and you can't make it, we're gonna make sure that we have that information because I got a landline phone. I don't know nothing about this high-tech stuff and all of that. I don't have no, I got some great grandkids that know a little bit about that stuff, and that's who I have to go to just to answer my phone that they gave me that what I need to do stuff with. So don't fault me, fault Mr. Altman. So, do you like to close this out with anything?
Excuse me.
Oh.
I wanted Mary to share with the people here today about her experience. She went to WBON this week and she had time to share that. We should join her.
Okay, I went on WVON on Tuesday, and I was just talking kind of like what we're saying right now, and I'm trying to organize groups, maybe, so we could brainstorm this thing, because I mean, really, we could win this thing, but it's a thing, are we willing to fight for this? I am. And, it was just like some crazy things. It was just one crazy person. But other people, I just want to get this word out to let the people know exactly what's going on, not just here, but throughout the whole United States. And I want our politicians to be held accountable for what they're doing, and that we are not going to stand for it, we're not going to take it, and I'm going to do what I need to do to get this out here and try to change policies. I know this is a sanctuary city, that's fine and good, and we are supposed to help everybody, but like I said, and I'm going to say it again, charity begins at home.
Give Sandra the mic. Okay, we're so glad that you ladies came out and the information that you all have given us. It has been wonderful. But right now, we want to get that camera on Sandra because she's going to announce something that she's doing tomorrow. And I think it's, I'm not sure what it is. So I'll let her tell you what she's going to be doing. And go ahead, Sandra. The camera's on you.
Against all odds, yes. It's going to happen tomorrow, Thursday, February the 23rd. The doors will open after 3 and the fashion show will start around 30 minutes later. We plan to be here a couple of hours. We'll have a raffle drawing. The tickets are only $10. We're going to have a professional commentator. Her name is Carolyn Dunbar. We'll have a lot of fashion, some Afrocentric looks, and probably some products here too. So we look for you to come out and support it. The Exodus Institute is at 816 North Laramie, right next to the Citizen Bank and across from McDonald's and Dunkin' Donuts. And our number here, or my number, is 773-719-3278. Thank you.
Thank you for that information. And so you all can come and join her here at Exodus on a Thursday. And I want to thank my next guest will be up later. Is there another question?
Yeah, I'm in agreement with what the sister was saying about take care of home first.
Just a moment. Is there another question? We happen to have Helen Jones She's going to be coming to you in her own way. So, are you ready?
Yes, I am.
Oh, okay. Miss Jones.
Temptation of a blessing. Waking up a little baby grown up from an infant to 4 or 5 years of age, learning the ropes of going to school, not wanting to be anything in life. Because my family not expecting me to be something in life. Just an addict of cocaine, nothing else, just cocaine every day, all day. No love for ourselves. Just forget to our bodies, nothing else. Prostitution comes on my mind. I went out of town to sell my ass, just waiting for that next hit. Every day, all day, no work, just for fullness, just hurts and pains. Every day, all day, cocaine. I'm going to give me a bag all day. That's great. In my life, I feel what you did is wrong. In the eyes of God, of myself and my family and people in the streets, feel something that got to being wrong with the person using any street drugs on a low, every day, all day, just cocaine. Pushing the eye if I want, just temptation, no blessing, no help right now, until I am willing just killing myself every morning. Just keep getting high, as a kite. No more. Doing right just hurt, harm, and danger to myself. Just being a nuisance, simply, just all day drugs. Just get expected to do right, just cocaine all day. I am a lame, just a nuisance in life. Time with my life on drugs, just a way of life. I like a tear. I get tired of nothing else, just cocaine. No blessing, just temptation all day, every day. No love for myself, nothing, just hurt and pain to myself. I only know blessings, just temptation. I'm Helen Jones. This is the name I used a long time ago when I was doing my jury, which I asked for jury here. I was making jury and also selling Snickers and Twix and M&M's, but mostly these is what people like the Snickers. I went by that name, I like that name, and I wrote that poem just because people I was around, and I just felt that I need to address and express, and I like to express myself in a certain way. So, I'm Helen Jones, and I'm out.
Thank you so much. Yes, all right. That was wonderful. Before you go, talk about that jury. Pick that mic up and talk about that jury.
Okay. I've been making jewelry, like I said. It's been like 20-some years now. I believe I did start when I was 23. But there was an Indian lady here. I make them like this, with the different kind of stones. Sometimes I make them with the wood beads and stuff. I've been making jewelry for 20 years now. The last little jewelry that I made was in Evanston. But I think somebody was mad because it wasn't a name tag. It wasn't a name on it. So a lot of times people, when they want jewelry, they want the jewelry right. They want their names presented the right way. So I could have did a jewelry for that person. Particularly, I like making this. And I'm glad that this lady taught me because I love making these. And it seemed like when people were buying those happiness, there's happiness by making things. I like making jewelry.
How much do those things cost?
Well, I used to charge like $3 for the jewelry. Between $2 to $3 for this. The wood.
And I see something else. You sell the candy bars?
Yeah, the candy is $1.
Okay.
I usually just get the big Snickers because I was selling like Reese's, Twix, the big ones. I sell them for $1.
So,
They don't really like the Twix and stuff. They just
so
want
will
Snickers.
you be here in the back selling those things today?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Somebody wants something? Yeah.
Well, we're gonna give you a nice round of applause. And
My name is Jerome Altman. I am the director of the Exodus Drum and Bugle Corps. One of the greatest things that I found was that music is always an encouragement and uplifting, and it gives the kids a chance to do great things in the community.